Okay, okay. Hello, and welcome to Tapping Tuesday. I just had a terrible fright because at first YouTube was like, live isn't available right now. And I had to reset it fast, but whew, we're here. Hi, I'm so glad to be back with you after 3 weeks of recordings and missing you. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's not your first time here, welcome back. I'm so glad to be with you again. I'll give a quick rundown of how Tapping Tuesdays work, and then we'll get right into it. Here we do EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, which is otherwise known as tapping or tapping. So if you've seen this and that's what you're here for, you're in the right place. If you have no idea what that is, but you're interested in a set of techniques that are very simple and easy to integrate, that will help you with overwhelm and trauma release, then hang around. You might like this set of techniques. I will demonstrate it for you. You can follow along with me. Hopefully, you will find this is a good place for you to experience EFT. We have a channel here on YouTube where we have literally hundreds of videos explaining all about the science behind it, the clinical studies and findings of how incredibly effective it is. But for right here, right now, this is for you to feel that difference in your own body because it's really cool to read the science behind it, but it's a whole different experience to feel that relief in your own body. So that's what I'm here to hopefully assist you with today. If you've had an EFT session before, there's a few differences in how this works. We have a live chat. So at any point, you could submit anything that you want to tap on. And I read it as we go throughout this hour together, and I try to incorporate as many things as I can. Now, if we start to tap on something that doesn't quite correlate with what your current experience is, that's okay. I will give you suggestions on how you can maybe alter that. But anything, if I say something like, this would work better, go for what you are intuitively feeling, because this is all about you and your body, and I am only here to help you figure out what that could be. I tend to stay on one tapping spot only rather than tapping, typically we start here on the hand and then we go head and on the face and then body and then back here. The reason I try to be very boring is because with tapping, you really only need one spot. Now you can go deeper into the theory of it with acupoints and their individual benefits, but as far as the brain connection goes, one tapping spot is okay. I want you to go through the tapping spots as what feels positive and good for you. Tune into yourself. And then if you feel like, whoa, I got really lost there, then I'm here to support you and help you kind of get back into a groove. But what I don't want is for you to be really in that space and then look at me and you're tapping here and I'm down here and you think, oh no, I'm behind, and then kind of get pulled out of that beautiful place that you were just in. So I typically stay on the hand or on the body. You tap on all the spots and the acupoints that feel positive for you. What else? Oh, if you want to submit something to tap on, but it feels a little bit too vulnerable, you don't want to put it on a live chat on the internet, that's okay. I have my email listed at the top of the chat. I will also speak it out loud. It is Fable, Fable, at EFTuniverse.com. You can email me your suggestion and I will bring it to the next live the following week anonymously so that you can still have that experience of tapping on it, but still feel protected and safe. Let's see. Did I cover everything? We'll say I did. I'm going to say hi in the chat. We'll do a quick little grounding just to be as present as possible. And then we'll get right into our tapping session. All righty. Hi, Blast Scout. Thank you. It's so good to be back. Hi, Vic. I'm so glad that you're here. Hi, Mary. Okay. Tapping on shame. That is beautiful. Thank you for that. Oh, and I do have 2 community emails to share as well to toss into the suggestions for today. But thank you, Mary, for that. I think shame is a huge stopper for a lot of people. So I really appreciate you bringing that up today. Thank you, Blast Scout. Today I'm struggling with my anxiety about finding employment before I run out of RIP money. That's fair. Okay. I feel for you and thank you for your suggestion. We'll see what we can do to assist you with that. Okay, tapping for not getting dragged down by others' energy, keeping frequency high, feeling overwhelmed. Awesome. Thank you for that. Hi, Zarina. Thank you. Hi, Marion. Tapping on grief. Okay, awesome. And the two community emails, one was a person mentioning that, they're having the experience of they wake up and they feel pretty positive and happy, but then throughout the day they start to feel really dragged down and discouraged. And what can you do about that? Was their submission. And then the other one is um, tapping on momentum and feeling fear, but then doing the thing anyway. Um, which I feel like we kind of have a little bit of a collective theme going of negative input, but needing to find some way to still move forward towards a positive outcome. And how do we do that when what we're being fed is heaviness? How do we rise above that? Hi, Joyce. Thank you. It's so good to be back. Alrighty. So with that, let's go ahead and get grounded. So go ahead and take a deep breath in and breathe out. Just let your body relax. Just turn into sludge. No bones. Let's take another deep breath. And do that again. And the reason we're allowing our bodies to have bad posture and slump over just for a little bit. So we're wanting to give the signal of we're relaxing right now. We're allowing ourselves to have a space of release. Okay, this changes the chemical input that our brain is giving to our body. So let's take another breath as deep as it feels good to you. And let it out. Now let's become aware of our body in little pieces at a time. So first, let's focus on our feet. And just think about your feet and where they are in space right now. And notice what position they're in. And become aware if there's a different position that would feel better. Like maybe if they're slightly out of alignment, if maybe they're kind of falling asleep because they're tucked up under you. Maybe you want to have them tucked up under you, but just notice, do your feet feel happy? And remember to breathe. And allow that awareness to come up from your feet, through your ankles, through your calves, to your knees. And just notice, how is this part of your body? Is it here? Yes. How is it doing? Is there something that could make it happier? Does it want a blanket? Does it want to cool down in some way? And let's continue that awareness. Bring it up from your knees, into your thighs, into your hips. Just notice that part of your body. Maybe even have a little bit of gratitude. Oh, wow, I have legs. That's pretty cool. Head from your hips, bring that awareness into your lower abdomen. And wow, there's a lot there, right? That's the house of so many things, so many organs and bits and pieces, little itty bitty pieces and bigger connections of things, tissues, bloodways, passages. And let's go ahead and start to sit up to support that area of our body. And then pull that awareness into where our stomach sits and all the way up into our chest, where our lungs, our rib cage, the rest of our spine up to our shoulders sit. And allow that awareness to fill all of here. Wow, so much happens in this space. What a beautiful collection of systems that we have just to be sitting here like this. It's really quite amazing. And it's all just right here. Pretty cool. Let's take a breath. And now let that awareness come down your arms, all the way down to your fingertips. And notice how your shoulders are doing, your elbows, your wrists. Notice if you're clenching. Notice if you're holding in a certain position. Notice if they're wanting to stretch, a wiggle, or even just to relax a little bit more. Let's take a breath. And lastly, let's pull that awareness up into our neck, around our ears, the top of our skull, around our face. Wow. Another really cool hub of exciting features. All of the expression that happens here, all of the input that happens here, the processing that happens here. Wow. Another incredible seat of data processing. Okay, let's take another breath and release. Okay, good job. And notice how much more you are aware of just from your toes to your head than you were just a moment ago. Alrighty, and let's go ahead. Oh, hi, Dr. Scott. And Serena, I heard something about shame. That definitely is a huge issue. Yes, pushing through and actually taking an action. Yep. Okay. All right. We got some popularity votes for suggestions. Let's start. Let's start with I need help. Okay. I need help with. And it could be I need help with motivation. I need help with feeling safety. I need help with energy. I need help with clarity. I need help with relief. I need help with loneliness. Whatever it is that connects you with that, what comes alive to you most. It doesn't have to be your biggest, I need help. You don't have to force yourself to think of a specific thing, just whatever pops into your head first. Sometimes, particularly when we are in a chronic emotion, it becomes very easy to start to have the root of something and then a feeling about the root and then feeling about the root. And then it starts to be this chain of undoing that really can be laborious to unweave. But if we allow ourselves a little bit of intuitive targeting, a lot of times it can become an easier access to that root, and easier to release all of the things that are now tied or had been tied to that thing. Okay, so I need help. Let's go ahead and start tapping. As I consider what comes to mind for me as I make this statement, I need help, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though, as I say and admit to myself, I need help and I don't have it yet, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even if, as I say, I need help, it feels too big, too confusing, and impossible to change. I still choose right now to deeply and completely accept myself. I need help. Let's go ahead and tap through all the tapping spots on this one. I need help. Go ahead and add on to the end of that what you're focusing on. I need help. I need help. Remember to breathe. I need help. I need help. I need help. I need help. Stay right here for just a little bit. Needing help. Me. I. I need help. Remember to breathe. Tap under the arms. I need help. I allow myself to feel all of my feelings as I speak and acknowledge that I need help. As I lean into this conversation about needing help, I wonder, where do I feel this in my body? Where does it feel so strongly for me? And what does it feel like? So go ahead and take just a moment and allow yourself to tune into that awareness that we got just a minute ago. And notice, where does this feeling sit in my body of I need help? And what does it feel like? Does it feel like panic? Does it feel like grief? Does it feel like resentment, anger, depression, apathy? As I feel into my body and acknowledge how it feels for me to need help that I don't yet have, I deeply and completely accept myself. My body, feelings in my body, needing help, feeling, needing help in my body. Let's take a breath. I wonder, how do I define needing help? What is it that I see as help? Is it a complete solution, 100% resolution? Do I see it as external, someone coming to help me? And if so, what do they offer? Knowledge, relief, validity, assistance? What does that look like? Also, who do they look like? Do I see this help coming from a divine source? Someone I don't know, a kind stranger? Someone I do know, family or friend, a mentor? As I consider my perceptions and parameters around help, I deeply and completely accept myself. And I wonder, would I accept me being my help? Could I do it? Yes. No. I don't know. Whether or not right now, I know for sure if I could be my own help, I allow myself to be curious about it and think about it just a little bit more. I wonder, why would I not want to be my own help? Maybe I don't think I'm enough. I'm too tired. I don't have any more ideas. I don't have the right influence. I don't have the right connections. Maybe I don't think I'm the answer because I don't think I have what it takes to be my own solution. As I consider that I possibly 100% believe I cannot be my own solution, I deeply and completely accept myself. And I offer kindness to that belief. Why would I offer kindness to that? Probably because it means I'm tired. It means I've tried a lot and haven't gotten what I need. It means maybe I want connection. I don't want to do it alone. There are many reasons that are okay and very valid for me to not want to be my own solution. It's okay to want help. It's okay to hope for companionship through this. It's okay to hope for it to be easier with support. Support. needing help, support for my help. Okay, all right. So it's fine. Good. Cool. Who's going to do it? How do I find someone who's really going to support me? Someone who wants to, has the resource to, will follow through. I don't even know if I believe that I can find that person. Even if I really hope for external assistance, but I hesitate to believe it could be real, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I wonder if there are different ways of thinking about help, small shifts from the way I currently see it. Could that help me if I just tried looking at it a different way? Yes. No. I don't know. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter what that means because I'm upset. I'm upset that it's not just happening for me. I help other people. I show up. I'm so tired. It should happen back for me. Even if this is a thought and feelings that I have about needing help, I allow myself space for that to exist and continue to be curious. I wonder if I had a choice about waiting for help to be ideal and what I want, and for it to be soothing in every way possible, because that would be so great, but I have to wait for it. Or looking at help slightly differently and making small adjustments right now. What would I choose? I wonder, do I have to choose? What if I could have both? In fact, what if one made the other more possible? Okay, well, that sounds pretty good, but this is not grounded in any sort of action yet. I don't even know what it really means. Okay, small actions, help myself, cool, but what? I don't know the answers. Needing help, needing answers. I wonder, even though I want a complete solution for this issue in which I need help? Is it true that I don't know any way that I could help myself right now? I'm completely clueless. I don't have any idea of anything that would feel better. Yes, I have no clue. No, I don't know. As I consider if I'm aware of anything that could be helpful for me, to me, right now, I deeply and completely accept myself. Well, I mean, tapping right now, that's one thing, right? That helps. So that's one thing that I do. It may not feel like it's working towards this solution that I want. But what if what it does is replenishes parts of me that still have to work really hard because I don't have a solution yet. And it is difficult. And I do have to figure it out. But what if I allowed myself more supports like this? I allowed myself just little bits of time, little moments of nourishment and kindness towards myself. That's something that I could do. Okay, all right, I accept that. What else? Well, as I consider my resources, I wonder, have I engaged them? Or have I hoped that they would engage me first? Because emotionally, oh, that would rock. That would be so validating if I were to be engaged, if I didn't have to ask, if I didn't have to research, look for programs that will help, meet new people, comb through resources. It would be really great if it just came to me. And it's okay for me to want it to come to me. But maybe as I replenish myself, I can allow a space to maybe reach out. Reaching out, needing support, needing help. And as I consider my opportunities to reach out, I give myself permission to put them through a checklist. It's okay for me to only reach out if it feels safe. It's okay for me to only reach out if it feels kind. I do not have to sacrifice my own well being in order to get help. I am allowed to have healthy boundaries and receive support at the same time. I need help, my support, my nourishment, my answers. And as I give myself permission to be curious about this, as I am able, I deeply and completely accept myself. Go ahead and pause and take a breath. I don't know who rang my doorbell. I'm not expecting anyone. So if it happens again, I'm sorry. I'm not going to get up and look for it though, or go talk to them. Let's see. I saw the chat move. I'll go choosing just one. Alrighty. So go ahead and check in and see. Remember how you felt when we first started with I need help, what that felt like in your body. And repeat it to yourself now. I need help. And notice, is there a difference between the two from when you first started to now? Does your body feel less affected by it? Do you feel more love, more hope, more expansion in your body? Do your thoughts feel more positive? Were you sighing, crying, um, yawning, laughing? Do you feel more energetic? Do you feel more tired? All of those are signs that your conscious brain was able to speak to your subconscious brain. And that part of your subconscious brain that had certain pathways said, oh yeah, no, I like where you're going with this. Let's switch things around in here. And so now it is literally rewiring that perspective and will continue to do so even though you're not tapping on it anymore. So congratulations and good job. I had it in forgiveness. Perfect. I love that. I feel relaxed and smiley. Yay! Way to go. And I want you to know you did that. I facilitated. I maybe showed you like the pathway of like the steps you needed to do. But I do not have the ability to shift your brain patterns. That is only something that you can do, and finding the safe way for your brain to connect with what you say and agree to it. So it really is quite awesome and magical. And I really am super proud of you. Okay. Guilt, shame around needing help. Yep, I hear you, Zarina. You already whispered. Oh, thank you, Blast Scout. Okay, let's go ahead and tap on shame. Thank you, Zarina. Because that's been brought up and that wasn't really touched on in that tap. I'm going to talk just a second about shame because shame is usually not the root, right? Shame is something that is like a halting emotion, right? It's like a watch out for that barrier kind of a thing. We're about to run into danger. So stop what you're doing. It's usually something that's implanted pretty early on in life. It can be really hazy and difficult to pinpoint when you're trying to resolve it. And one of those reasons is because it's not the root issue. Shame usually comes around in a form of, well, it's not okay to be me. I'm wrong to be myself. I'm too loud. I'm not smart enough. And then feeling shame because of that. So it's a cover for something else that your body is saying, we don't want to revisit that. That was way too painful. So here's this haze of really negative emotion I'm going to send you so you don't make that mistake again. Okay. So even though we're going to tap on shame, what we're actually looking for is what that shame is protecting. Okay. Okay. So go ahead and start tapping. And as we're tapping, go ahead and feel into your shame. So when you think, just think the word shame, shame, and really internalize that shame. Where do you feel it? Does it feel like embarrassment? Is it burning, like when you blush? Does it feel like a heaviness, like you just swallowed lead and it's sitting in your stomach? Shame. Do you feel like you need to run away and hide yourself? What is it? What is your reaction? And just consider it. We're just identifying it right now. As I allow myself to begin this conversation with shame, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though, as I begin this conversation, I may already be flooded with a lot of feelings, memories, sensations, and nothing positive yet, I still choose right now to deeply and completely accept myself. This shame, my shame, all of my shame, I wonder, what have I told myself this shame means about me? What are all of the things tied to this? To me receiving shame, deserving shame, embodying shame. Why? Maybe it's because I'm not good enough. I wasn't aware enough. I'm worthy of judgment from other people because I'm wrong in who I am, because I'm different and I shouldn't be different. Maybe it's because I just can't seem to get things right. I try, don't ever get there. So, yeah, shame. Maybe it's because I believe I'm weak. I believe that, yeah, if I just really tried, if I really gave it my all, I could do it, but I don't. So I should be embarrassed. I should be ashamed. Hmm. As I consider these things that I feel and have accepted as my truths, and any other thoughts that come up that feel true about why I should and do feel shame, I deeply and completely accept myself. And I wonder, well, when did I become shameful? if this is deserved, if this is correct for me to shoulder. When did that happen? Was it in my 20s, in my teens, as a child, as a toddler, as a baby? When did I first become worthy of shame? When did I first agree to hold this emotion? As I consider the moment where I decided I deserved to feel shame, I deeply and completely accept myself. And I wonder if I truly believe that I deserved that, then I should have no problem picturing myself at that age, going to myself at that age, and saying directly to their face, "Yep, you're shameful. You're embarrassing." And that should feel fine if I really deserve it. But what if it doesn't feel fine? What if instead it hurts? What do I feel instead of fine? Maybe I feel grief. Maybe I feel lonely. Maybe I feel unheard, misunderstood. Maybe I feel like a scapegoat. Someone's handing me something that's not even mine, and I know that. So I wonder, why did I accept it? Why did I agree to hold this if it was so heavy and ugly? Well, that's a complicated question. Maybe I don't remember. It was too long ago, and I don't recall. Maybe because of how I felt about the person who offered it to me. Maybe they were my authority figure, and I felt like I had to accept it. Maybe it was someone that I loved, and I didn't want them to be wrong, so I agreed to be wrong. Whatever reason that I chose to accept and still choose to accept, the heaviness of shame, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Because whatever the reason I chose this, even if I didn't know I was agreeing or choosing it, it wasn't to be harmful. But it is harmful. I realize that today. I know that now. And I wonder, is it too late? Is it too late for me to change my mind about shame? Do I have to keep holding it? Does it have to be attached to me? Do I have to go through 100 other steps of healing and conversations with people who may or may not want to have those conversations before I can be free of it? Yes. No. I don't know. Even if right now I genuinely don't know if I can release this shame, I hold space to be curious about it and maybe find a way. Okay. Well, what could it be? What could be a way that I could release shame? Is it allowed to be easy? Is there a release valve for shame? Kind of like grief. When I cry, maybe I feel a little bit better. Or I talk about feelings and they feel alleviated. Is there something like that for shame? Yes. No. I don't know. I've never tried. Hmm. As I consider a pathway of releasing shame, I wonder what would be the resolution? What would be the opposite, the replacement? If shame is resolved, then I have what? What word would I use? Maybe it's acceptance. Maybe it's love, peace, gratitude, understanding, validity. Okay. But how do I get from here to there? Shame feels so big, and maybe I've never even experienced what those other words are. Not for me, not inside of me. Even if right now I'm very experienced with shame and very new to everything else, I still choose to hold space and just be curious. Okay, how do I start? Where do I begin? Maybe I start in a place that's already familiar to me. Maybe I start in my body. Maybe I allow myself to feel in my body where shame sits. And as I feel that, I communicate with my body. And I say, oh, body, I feel that. I feel that sitting right there. That's really heavy. I want you to know that I want you to feel safe. And if you need this heaviness, that's okay. But it's also okay if you don't want to hold it anymore. I care for you, body. I love you. And maybe I even hold space to forgive myself for carrying something that I didn't know how to release. It's been really hard. And it's okay to find a way to ease that. This shame, in my body, my body, my curiosities about shame in my body, my try to care for my body, my try to educate my body, my try to apply kindness to my body, my try to receive love for my body. And as I give myself permission to try this, it might be really new and feel really awkward, and I might feel really unsure. I give myself permission to try it anyway. I give myself permission for it to be sloppy, for it to be awkward, for me to be uncertain if it's even working. I still give myself permission to try. I give myself permission to learn a new skill. And I give myself permission to release this old skill of taking on shame. I can learn different skills now. It's okay for me to learn in different ways now. And as I allow myself to try out these new skills and release everything attached to shame, bit by bit, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, pause on tapping and take a deep breath. Now take just a moment and think about shame and how you felt at the beginning of that tap and how it feels for you now. Notice if there's a difference. And if you are sighing, crying, laughing, yawning, if you feel more energetic, if you feel really relaxed and sleepy, if you feel grounded, if you feel gratitude, if you have lots of ideas, all of these are signs that you reached your subconscious programming and it liked what you were saying and has agreed to start shifting that. Really good job. Alrighty, we are right at time. Let's do just a quick, like, half a minute tap for closing, since that was a little bit deep and I don't want you to leave and kind of like an imbalanced, like, oh, I'm so focused deep in here now. Okay. So tap with me for just about 30 seconds more. Take a deep breath. As I close out this tapping session, I allow all of the depth of everything that I just explored to continue to stitch itself and shift itself as I allow my focus to go more outwards, to become more mundane and more regular, and focus on my daily tasks. I trust that everything that I touched on today matters, that it made a difference, and will continue to move towards my goals, even though I'm no longer focusing on it and I'm no longer tapping on it. I know and I allow for those changes to be mine. And as I move forward throughout today, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, pause and breathe. Alrighty. Thank you so much for being here with me. Oh, it's been so wonderful to connect with your energy and to just feel you as we tap together again. I will post a video this Friday. Again, always feel free to email me. I'm here for you. And I hope I get to see you next Tuesday. If not, I will always post a video of the live and catch up with us whenever you're able. Mwah. Love you so much. I'll see you soon.